Do you believe in grounding? Is that still a thing? And what is your method? Because here's the problem in the Garofalo house. I ground to the 14-year-old, no, you're not going to the sleepover, no, you're not going to do this, and give me your phone. That's like the first thing I say. By the next day, she's got that phone back because it's such a necessity nowadays. If I go somewhere and she's going to stay with the little one, she needs the phone. So guess what happens? The grounding is gone. So how do you guys do it? Who wants to jump in?
I would love to hear from the ones with younger.
Okay. Sarah, go ahead.
So mine is kind of touch and go right now. I've found that I have two emotional sons, and they get very spun up if they think that if I'm frustrated with them. So for me, the biggest thing right now is to express that I'm disappointed, and that is like the worst punishment for them right now, to say, you know, so it's becoming a lot of talking, there are consequences to what you do. If one of my kids called me, I was on the road, and said that he was Googling something inappropriate at school, and I said, please tell me, and he said, no, it's fine. I talked to the teacher about it. I said, what was it? And he said he was looking at big butts, which is not appropriate. So then we had to have a discussion on what is appropriate, what is not appropriate, why are you doing this? And then that turned into me grounding him from his iPad for, you know, segments of time. Because it's not realistic for me to say you're off of your iPad for the next month.
It's unrealistic.
And one of the other things that I've learned for me, I don't know about you, Sangeeta, is if he's doing well and responding well, and we're having a conversation about it after, you know, the first day or two, I'll say, I'll give you back iPad time. Okay. If you apologize, if you write your teacher a letter, if you da-da-da-da.
Got it. Okay. Sangeeta?
I have actually never grounded Zara.
What?
I've never grounded her.
She's perfect.
And she's not perfect. She's near perfect. But, you know, it's I think for her it kind of sucks to have a parent who's a psychologist and a therapist. But from that perspective, I want her to understand that whatever mistake she made is a learning experience. Okay. So it's, let's say, for example, she was disrespectful. Okay, well, I don't want you to say sorry to me. I want you to acknowledge what you did and then tell me what you're going to do differently next time. And in order to get some of these privileges back, I'm going to lay out what needs to happen so that she understands these are the parameters in which, you know, I can maintain my device, my, you know, art supplies, all of that, so that we can, you know, peacefully coexist, and she, you know, understands my expectations.
Okay. Do you set a parameter out? If you're disrespectful again, I will take your art supplies?
I do.
Okay.
So it's I try not to take anything creative away from her because, you know, I don't want to limit that. But, you know, she loves her iPad. She loves watching YouTube Kids and making vlogs and things like that. So it's this device is going to go away, and we're going to have some replacement options. But I mean, now that I think about it, I've never really taken her iPad away from her. It's more of like, this happened.
Yeah, community.
And this is what I need you to do differently next time. And so we just don't say sorry in our house. Because I think that oftentimes kids use that as like, okay, I say sorry, like we're done, we're gonna move forward.
Exactly.
No, you're not
really
gonna move forward.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I don't even believe in the idea of saying I'm sorry, because you're not sorry.
I agree. I agree, totally.
Sorry, not sorry.
And not even in the way that, like, I you know, I don't have remorse or whatever, but just like, you're not sorry. And I believe words are powerful. They carry a lot of weight, right? I didn't believe in grounding my kids because I was a kid raising them, and I knew that didn't work for me. It just made me rebel even more, right? Yeah. But you have to have an open line of communication, and so I didn't believe in grounding my children. We'd have conversations, and we could talk about choices, because you get to choose your life. It's not mine. I'm how you got here. I'm the vessel in which you got here through, but you're not mine. You're your own.
You're your own. That's true.
And I want you to be able to decide what you want your life to be like. And so you get to choose. And if you want to do bad things, these are the consequences.
There's bad consequences,
but I'm not going to ground you for them. It's your choice, and you have freedom of choice at all times. So choose your life. Choose it wisely.
I must be doing things wrong, because for me it's like, give me the phone, give me the iPad, you're grounded. That's me. I mean, and they're like, oh, mom's mad. And that is, when mom is mad, it's over.
But I think there's nothing wrong with having a little fear, you know, especially in this day and age where nothing's off limits, really. I mean, they can look at anything at any point, truly, right?
Yes.
And they have access to so much. It's okay for there to be a hierarchy kind of in the family.
Sure.
Like, mom is in charge. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it depends on your child.
I mean, I was raised by 2 old school Indian parents, and it was the fear of disappointment.
Right.
And my dad, you know, now I know where I stand. That was like a knife in the heart, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, you need to think about what you did, why you did it, and what the appropriate consequence would be. And I'd be like, can you just slap me like mom? You know? So I had one emotional parent and then one parent who was like, we're thoughtful, we need to think through all of this to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, no, I would say I'm definitely very strict and old-fashioned, but I'm also very loving. So there is a balance there, but I think I could definitely work on more of like the communication elements would be beneficial to me as well. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it all comes down to love and having that love at the very top of your list when it comes to those kiddos, because it is a tough world right now.
Yeah.
But here we are. This is the Moms Panel, everyone. If you have any questions for us, you can join the conversation by sending us an email, mycoco@9news.com. We'd love to hear from you. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank
we could be
you
here for hours.
So,
Absolutely. All right. We'll see you next time.